podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Christian Moore back to Jack Goodchild on the blue line. He manages to get it wide to Jacob Minter. Jack Goodchild with the shot, and the Slough Jets have taken the lead on the power play with 23 seconds remaining as Jack Goodchild. It's Kane Russell with the shot cross goal. No need for the save from Lauday, and Campbell finds himself in, and it's 3-1 to the Chelmsford Chieftains. They have hit back quickly.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for everyone being here.
Yes.
And if you couldn't be here, we're live on YouTube as well at the same
Hi,
time.
guys.
So, wonders of technology. I wanted to start by sort of a little bit about the podcast, really, because did everyone in this room, I know that you three do, know that you can go and watch ice hockey in Chelmsford? And the fact that recently, pretty much every game, even down at our level, which is the third tier of UK hockey, is selling out week in, week out. Thousands of fans enjoying hockey. So we're bringing that information to what is now the masses.
Yes.
Which before was not. It was a very small,
little
tight-knit
community.
But is now quite large, to the point that, I mean, this weekend alone, we've had the cup finals in the conferences.
Which have been pretty packed out rinks.
Goals galore
as well.
Unfortunately, neither Chelmsford side made the cup finals. I was actually down in Solent when Chelmsford failed to make the cup semi-final. So I sort of experienced that pain firsthand. Yeah.
I mean, I'm an Oxford fan, and if any of you don't know here, Oxford didn't do very well last season, so I'm used to losing anyways.
But now they're not here this year. You've been spared pain entirely.
I have been spared time, so here I am on the podcast. So I've only just joined the podcast, 6 months ago now? So just this season, but yeah, I'm really enjoying it.
And aside from English hockey, I'm also a Maple Leafs fan. So I know exactly what pain is like in hockey. For those who don't watch the NHL, the Toronto Maple Leafs are the Tottenham of the NHL. They have not won the Stanley Cup since 1968. It's been a long time.
Been a long old time.
I was told actually that's why the NHL Ice Hockey Hall of Fame is in Toronto, so that Toronto fans can actually see the Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
Because most of them don't. But we have got quite a lot to get through.
We have in a very short amount of time.
And we tend to mumble, don't we?
We do. We tend to waffle a lot.
We waffle a lot.
Yeah.
So we'll get to the cup finals.
Yes, we
will.
will.
And we will start in the Britain division, which is the league that we cover. Because you were there last night for the first leg.
I was there, yes. I was there at the Streatham versus Slough match in Slough. I mean, the fixture alone, in general, cup final or not, is just a great fixture. Yeah. One that a new hockey fan should be going to. That is a hockey game that will get you into ice hockey. But just to start off with, you're going into a cup final. These teams, it's going to be, one of their matches is either going to be high scoring or very low scoring, like the last cup final they were in. Yeah. With this one, first period, it was very, very even, very feisty, big hits. And you could tell where, we watch so much ice hockey, these hits were harder than any other hits made in ice hockey.
They finished them, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. They fully went through with them. But yeah, the first period ended 0-0. Both teams had chances, just could not get past the goalies, either of them. Second period was very much the same. A penalty shot was missed, though, by Streatham.
Was it rightly given?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
There was actually about 2 incidents where I thought Blaine Evans, the ref, had actually given a penalty shot, and I think everyone was a bit confused. One for Slough, one for Streatham.
Is it because he's a little bit over-elaborative with his hand signals?
Blaine Evans, everyone in ice hockey knows what he's like. But yeah, so the Streatham one, it was rightfully given. And I don't know, even before JJ Pitchley went up for it, I didn't think it was going in. I had that little feeling that this ain't going to be a goal.
To be fair, Matt Smittle is one of the biggest and best goalies
in the league. Yeah. And he's a hard goalie to get the puck past in normal play, let alone a penalty shot. So, I don't know, but I just felt it weren't going in, and it didn't. Matt Smittle saved it. So, it's sort of, I think that was the turning point for Slough. They sort of thought, we've got to get on here. And it was late into the second period, JJ Pitchley actually missed it. So the second period did end 0-0 as well. But this is now the difference between where Streatham have been in their prime for so long, a Slough are starting their prime. The age difference between the two sides, you've got Slough, a very young side. They've got the legs for the whole 60 minutes. I'm not saying Streatham didn't, it's just Streatham lacked it in the last period and Slough just dominated them, and they did end up getting 3 goals in the third period through Timo Lindgren, who scored an absolutely gorgeous goal.
Yeah.
Carl Bradburn, as usual, loves going down that right side.
Near side, top shelf.
Near side, top shelf. Every time he
You'd
tried.
think the goalies would know that as well. For most
Yeah.
of them, that's glove side.
Yes.
So
But no, he sneaked it right past Brett Shepherd, and it was a gorgeous goal. And then Chris Moore's one as well. I mean, it just got
that was
past
a rebound,
that.
wasn't it?
Yeah, sort of.
It looked like a proper playoff goal, like
Yes, it
dirty,
was.
picking it up,
Yeah.
picking up the rubbish in the crease. Like,
But no, and they scored the third goal, and then that was sort of game over. Like, and I think tonight, obviously, ice hockey's a long game. It's 60 minutes, and I don't know. I just think Slough have got it. I can't see Streatham coming back from that.
no, I mean, we discussed when we first got here today, talking about this Streatham side that have dominated for so many years. Last year had their first season with no trophies for at least since post-COVID, if not before. They've already taken one trophy this year, of course, in the Challenge Cup, which, to be fair, should have really been Chelmsford's. They kind of let it slip through their fingers.
Yeah.
But the fact they've got that one trophy, and we've said for the last couple of weeks in the year in the league, they look locked in.
They do.
But now, as this side, as it all got old at the same time,
Which is what we were saying.
when you look at these, I mean, these players they're marquee players: Ryan Watt, Alan Lack, James Warman at the back. These guys are all of a certain age, and they've all been playing for a long time. And then all of a sudden, when you've got this Slough team that are between 16 and 21, and they're all flying around at 40 miles an hour, finishing their hits, clearing up the garbage on the back door. It's hard. It really is hard.
It's hard for them, yeah. And it's not saying that they're like Streatham aren't fast paced, because they very much are. It's just Slough are just 2 times as fast, because like you said, they're just a lot younger.
And the thing with Slough, and it's been this way for a few years, and particularly now that Slough have added that experience with the likes of, Neil Lilliard, who
Yeah.
when he started playing hockey, it was in black and white. And they added Brandon Miles, that physicality. They added Alex Cole, that physicality and that experience at the back, to stop the likes of the Moore brothers and Juha Lindgren and Jack Goodchild and Carl Bradburn ending up in the penalty box, so that they can leave them on there. And what I notice about both of these sides is their breakouts are so well orchestrated. So when they play against each other, does it A, cancel each other out, or 2, you then find out that the old legs can't keep up with the young
Can't keep
legs
up, yeah.
on the breakouts, and that appears to be what's happened.
And that's what it was. I mean, throughout the whole game, though, it was just end to end. It was just pure, like, Streatham had a chance. If their chance didn't work, Slough would take it. There we go, their chance. It was just down end to end for the whole game. But like you said, it's that age with Streatham players, and it just caught them out in the third.
Yeah, well, we'll see you later on tonight.
We will,
literally
yes.
a matter of hours away that Slough are heading to the High Road for another sellout game. as we keep
Sellout
going.
game, which is brilliant.
Yeah.
Over there in Streatham, they're doing an amazing job with all their socials. So
Yeah, their social media is
top
absolutely
tier. Yeah,
top-notch.
and I did get to see Zara last night, and bless her, love her to pieces.
Yeah.
She's so lovely.
She
but
does such a good job.
She does such a great job.
Well, they've been really active with the like BBC London, getting
They
out on
have.
the radio. They did a big collaboration with a South London bookstore, because a lot of people may or may not know there's been a book and then a TV series that has given ice hockey a little bit of a popularity boost in the UK called Heated Rivalry.
Which is very good.
I haven't watched it yet, to be honest.
No.
I'm not a reader, so I probably wouldn't go for the book. But I mean, as a sport, we actually are like, we don't care how it comes. We take the popularity.
Yeah, as long as ice hockey gets more popular,
Yeah.
we don't care how it happens.
And I think the one thing, that will actually boost it even bigger than that, because, I mean, it's kind of, we're live on YouTube, so people know exactly what time it is. We're currently missing the gold medal match in the Olympics.
We are.
Which is
The third
painful.
period.
Mum Claire has got it on the tablet.
Mumsy
in
is
the back of
watching
the
it on
room.
the iPad. Oh, it's not on
It's
anymore.
not on anymore. Oh, we've got full attention now. But, yeah, once Team GB make the Olympics, either the women, the men, or both, then
That
our
is-
sport
yeah.
will get an unbelievable boost.
Yes, absolutely. And I mean, went obviously up to Edinburgh for the Cup of Nations, and you can see Team GB where they're so, like, some of the players are like 17, 18 years old. They're so young. That in 4 years' time, that is going to be a good team to watch, and I do think they will get through.
Yeah, I mean, our women came literally an overtime goal away from making Milan Cortina.
Which is so unfortunate, and they do deserve to be there, I think. Yeah. But like you said, in 4 years' time, I think potentially both could
and
make it.
And me and you, we could be there too.
We could be there too.
We'll be pushing for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so second leg, Britain Cup final tonight in Streatham, 3-0 Slough.
I'm going with the Slough win, but Streatham could shock me.
Well, Streatham have been involved in one of the biggest cup shocks in recent years when they, in the cup semi-final last year, they came down to Chelmsford and won 6-1. And then on the Sunday night at home, they lost 5-0 in regulation, and then Chelmsford scored the overtime winner. So they've seen exactly how it happens.
Yeah. So, I mean, it sort of depends, because at the end of the game, I don't know if you see our post, but at the end of last night's game, there was actually no handshakes.
Yeah.
Which I thought was very weird. You know, it's very unsportsmanlike. I've never seen that in my 16 years of watching ice hockey since I've been able to bloody walk in an ice rink. But I've never seen that. So I think it's going to be a very feisty match tonight. I do expect to see quite a few brawls on Hockey Fights UK.
Yeah.
But we've
had a couple of explanations regarding the handshake issue. We've had the explanation of, in the NHL playoffs, they don't shake hands until the series is finished, because the game is never finished until the series is finished. Technically, it's only half-time in the tie from last night. So that's one option. Other option is perhaps
Streatham or
Slough weren't particularly happy with the night. So I would imagine that a referee of Blaine's experience may have asked both teams to shake hands if they weren't prepared to. But so I'll sit on the fence for this one for the time being.
We don't know. I mean, I was there, but I don't really know what happened. I just sort of see that there was no handshakes, and that was that. But
no. But the explanation that I got of it just being half time in the tie came from within Slough.
Yes,
within the club. So
sort of makes sense. Yeah. But I mean, I've never seen that.
No,
I've been to a few first and second leg games, and I've always seen them handshake after the first leg.
Yeah,
so
honestly, I must have received 5 or 6 messages instantly within you telling me they didn't shake hands.
Yeah. So, but we'll see the feistiness tonight, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's Kickstone in the South, the Wilkinson, which is the South 2 division.
League, yeah.
That final also took place last night. The Guildford Phoenix went up to the Peterborough Phantoms, and the Phantoms, as they've been doing most of the year, kind of ran riot a little bit.
Yeah, and I think that it's sort of game over for the first and second leg. Peterborough have just had, that season, this season's theirs. I mean, Guildford, they're very, very well known for being top of NHL 2, but it's just not for them.
Not this year. And to be fair, we were expecting to see the Peterborough Phantoms in the Britain division this year in the league above. And for one reason or another, it didn't happen. So yeah, they have kind of actually, run amok on that league, really. I think they've only lost 2 league games.
Which was,
MK Thunder and one to Guildford, I think, earlier in the year. But they took a 7-0 lead last night. But I think Guildford scoring 3 late on, that momentum swing is actually kind of with Guildford now, going into the Spectrum at home tonight.
Yeah. It depends who scores the first goal tonight.
Absolutely.
Then we talk about this a lot, how momentum is the biggest part of this game, because yes, you're 7-0 down, but if you go and score 3 goals in last night's leg and you go and score 2 in the first period, that's game back on.
Yeah.
I mean, right now, you can't go into that saying, we've got this, because you're still 4 goals down. So, I mean, we'll see. Obviously, we'll see. But it's going to be hard to get back. But if Guildford go in for it, they could have it.
First goal is absolutely vital.
First goal is lethal.
Absolutely vital. It's a replay of last year's Cup final as well, where, ironically, in last year's Cup final, it was also a 4-goal cushion, because Peterborough won the first leg 5-1. And Guildford actually won the second leg 5-4, but it wasn't quite enough to overturn the aggregate score, which is how the Cup finals are done over 2 legs in hockey in the UK. Unfortunately, we don't have enough ice time to do 5 or 7 game series, which is a bit of a shame.
I'd love it. I think we all would.
I mean, some of these teams, especially when we only have 8 teams in the Britain division,
in the league,
7 games is virtually half a season.
Exactly. So just not enough. Not enough teams.
Just not enough ice.
Yes, that's
enough
pretty
teams,
much.
Not enough ice. We'll move up north.
Yes.
Into the Morley division, which is the North 1. So the same tier as what we cover, but just
up north.
And first time appearance for the Telford Tigers 2.
Yes.
They did make that jump last year, coming from South 2 up to North 2.
And it's a great jump,
Great
clearly.
jump. I mean, to be fair, they have got a National League
Yeah, of
level
course they have, yeah.
forward player in their ranks because he physically can't commit to the schedule of the National League.
Which a lot of players
A lot of them can't, and he
So-
doesn't want to leave Telford where he lives, so he plays for the Tigers too. So
Yeah.
absolute fair play to him. But to be fair, you know, they scored 7 last night. He only got 1 of them. So there've been, you know, there was goals in that game. The D-side Dragons have had a really, really good season
They
this
have,
year
yeah.
up north. And to be fair, it's kind of like a rugby league argument in ice hockey. You know, who owns ice hockey, the North or the South? Fortunately, we get to find out now that we have the Steel City Showdown. You might be able to see the puck down on the front there is our playoff weekend where the North play the South and it's a big battle. But Blackburn Hawks have like run amok on that. They've won the league already in February.
which is like, you rarely see that now. I mean, we've had it a few times in our league where Streatham ran away with it.
But not this early.
Not this early. Never this early.
So, I mean, are the teams in the North getting as competitive hockey as the teams in the South are getting?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, don't get me wrong, it's nice to see someone go and win it so early on, but what is there's no competition then, really, is there? But obviously Blackburn didn't make this cup.
D-side actually took them out at the
they
semi-final
did.
stage, which could have been, I don't want to say complacency, but they'd won a lot of games on the trot. They were getting close to winning the league. D-side and Blackburn have got this weird
Little
M54 rivalry. It's almost as pointless as the Palace-Brighton rivalry.
Cheers, Ben.
Yeah.
Cheers.
But they like the rivalry either side. But a 9-7 win on the night for D-side.
I mean, that alone is like a game I want to watch anyways, but to think that's like not even game over and it's 7-9,
Yeah.
like that is going to be another packed night.
And one thing we do have to shout out to Telford Tigers, they're one of the teams who run what we absolutely love, which is a live stream.
Yes.
Because hockey is so popular now, the rinks are as big as they are, they can't get any bigger. So when the rinks are full, people want to watch the game, stream it on the internet. You're making a little bit of money at the same time and you're bringing it in. And Telford Tigers actually had a technical issue with their stream last night. So they took it off the paid platform and they put it out on YouTube for free.
Oh.
So massive fair play to Telford Tigers for doing that.
Really fair play to them.
But yes, 9-7, they head up to D-side tonight to what is a massive Olympic-sized pad up in D-side. So
it's lovely.
It's going to be real good fun up there at 7-9. It was a really interesting, because a lot of power play goals in this game. There was 4 power play goals for Telford, 3 power play goals for D-side, and a short-handed goal for D-side.
D-side.
And the short-handed goal and one of those Telford power play goals came in the same penalty period.
It's crazy,
within the
isn't
space
it?
of like 15 seconds. So we absolutely love to see stuff like that. And that truly just shows how important the power plays can be if you set it up properly.
But then it also shows how important it is to not get disciplined.
Yeah.
Keep out of that
Keep
penalty
out of the
box.
penalty box. It's boring in there. It's cold. You're not skating. So stick up north. We go to the last cup final, Laidler Cup final, which is NIHL North 2. And a real feisty affair at Ice Sheffield.
Yes, it was.
Was there 4 fights, I think, in this game?
And 4 goals for each
And
team
4
as
goals for
well.
each
So
team.
4 was a lucky number. Yeah, I think it was going to be a feisty one anyways. I feel like when you've got a cup to play for, it just, you want to win it that just extra. So players do get a bit more feistier. So yeah, but it's nice to see some fights at least, because I didn't see any last night and I expected to. But no, that's the game to watch out of all 4 finals, I think, tonight.
Because that's turned into a 1-game shootout.
It is.
Because the aggregate score is pointless.
It's pointless, yeah.
When
It
it's
doesn't
level.
matter.
So the thing is with Sutton Sting, similar to what we were saying about, Streatham, running amok in the Britain division, Blackburn running amok there. Sutton always had Telford Tigers too, nipping at their heels everywhere they went. They don't really have that this year up north.
So
I think Sutton are unbeaten actually, as far as I know, in the Laidler division. So to have someone put some pressure on them in the cup final,
I bet it's nice for them.
it must be nice for them to have some pressure, because they did actually lose out in the playoff final last year to Telford Tigers, who went on to lose to Peterborough Phantoms in the South thing. Well, after we've done the games, we'll discuss the Steel City Showdown a little bit, because it's like the next big thing coming in UK
and
hockey.
I'll be there.
You will be there. I'll be there in one form, but not physically.
Just not there.
No, but not physically. So, yeah, I mean, a hat-trick from Morgan Glasby for Sutton Sting as well. Good that they put the first initial, because there's 3 Glasbys that play for the Sutton Sting, so we know exactly which one it was. And 4 different scorers for the Billingham Buccaneers. So that should be one hell of a game at the Forum tonight.
It will be. And like you said, last night's game is pointless, really, because
It's a one-game shootout.
It's a one-game shootout now. It's all dependent on tonight.
And all these games have to be done tonight. People... I know we've got a few hockey fans here. We've got some Chelmsford fans that have made it in. There's no draws in hockey.
No.
In this country.
There isn't.
So, in men's hockey, I know there is in women's hockey will have ties, but in men's hockey, so everything tonight, if the scores are level on aggregate, 5 minutes of 3-on-3. If it's still level, penalties.
Love it. Absolutely love penalties.
Unless it's your team involved, surely.
Oh no! See, when I was filming penalties last year for Oxford, I loved it because
Really?
I thought we'd actually win it. Overtime's too scary. I think I get really panicky at overtime.
Yeah, because overtime is next goal wins.
Yeah.
It could be over in a second, but you've got no idea when it could be
When
over.
it could be.
Or at least in penalty shots, you know it's coming.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I think I just get anxious at overtimes. And there's been many overtimes we've won, and I'll never forget. It was actually at Chelmsford when we won an overtime. One of the Oxford fans actually fainted because it was so. She was so excited because she just couldn't believe we'd won.
God, no. There's not many worse ways to lose a hockey game than in overtime.
That's
or
the thing. I
penalty
think
shots.
losing in overtime is the worst. Winning it's probably better than penalties.
It is good then, isn't it? So aside from all the cup action,
Yes.
we actually had one game in the Britain division in our league last
Weren't
night.
supposed to be.
No, this is a rearranged fixture because
Yes.
Solent had a really unfortunate period where they couldn't even use their rink because the ice literally melted.
Melted, yeah, which is sort of done them over for the season.
I think
said.
they've won one game since, and I was there for it, and it was heartbreaking. It was in overtime.
It was, cool. It was against Chelmsford,
It
so
was,
you know.
yeah.
But
Yeah, they've had a poor run.
they've had a
haven't they?
poor run now, and I just can't see them getting any form back.
No, I can't see where a win comes from. for
No,
them now.
and I mean, it depends obviously when injuries come back. I know they had 2 injuries come back last night, which, made a difference.
Yeah, Cam Buckle, he
Scored
came back
straight away.
Yeah, literally like within the first 60 seconds, he got himself on the scoreboard.
So, that's great to have Cam back. But other than that, I mean, I know they've had very unfortunate events as well with their captain obviously being out really long term now.
Yeah.
But I just can't see the form coming back at all.
No, it is a shame. And what I said to a Slough fan was, because we're in Chelmsford, so we'll get a little bit more Chelmsford focused. Chelmsford and Slough are right there at the top of the league.
They are.
They've got to play each other twice before the end of the season. So those games are virtually going to decide where the league goes.
Yes.
And it's not just about finishing top and winning the league. Because if you finish second, you are going to play Solent in the playoffs.
In the playoffs, because they are 7th.
And no one wants to play Solent over 2 legs.
It is nice, actually, in a way, because then it's not Solent v Invicta for the playoffs.
Which is exactly what it was last night, was Solent versus Invicta. And another thing, I mean, we have waxed lyrical about Invicta's form in the league. Their away form particularly has been really, really good.
Really. Short bench, though.
11 skaters again last night.
But
11.
Clearly, I mean, we're saying it's a bad thing, but clearly it's not, because it's working for them.
It's working for them.
And you see when they did have more players, I think it was last weekend, that they lost that game when they had more players.
Yeah.
So maybe you feel a bit more tight-knit and like more of a team when you've got less of you. I don't know why, but it's working for them.
Because you think it would affect the systems.
Yeah, but maybe because they've had it for so many games, they've figured the systems out with 11 players.
With 11 players.
So they're used to that, and then trying to change it when they've got 16, 17 players, it's harder for them.
Yeah, they only literally had the one goalie last night, Nikolai Deval.
Yes.
Took the whole 60 minutes. I mean, Invicta getting results with minimal skaters is... Not only is it a really good show on Carl Lennon, the coach, but the experienced players that are stepping up, Jacob Branson, Ashley Jackson, Aaron Connolly, the experienced guys are standing up, and the young players, Harrison Prentice, getting on the score sheet quite regularly now this season.
Now he is, yeah. I mean, I think I was there for his first goal, and I think since then, I don't know how many he scored now, but I want to say it's near the 10 mark at least.
Was that the Swindon game?
Yes, it was the Swindon game, the 1-0. But no, and that's the thing of having a team with experience and have a team with experience and youngsters, sorry. So having the mix is so important, especially in an IHL 1.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I said it at the start of the season. I'm so happy that I sort of got it right. But Invicta, they will finish 4th. It's sort of decided. I mean, they could finish 3rd if they really, really wanted to, but I think that's sort of in Stratham's.
I think they're going to have to
really
beat Streatham, which I think they do play each other once since.
So
and Slough also go to Invicta as well, which
so it could be a thing of Invicta sort of decide it.
Which is exactly what they did last year.
Yes, they did.
Because Streatham went down there knowing that a win would pretty much guarantee them the league. And Invicta won 3-2, and Slough went on to take the league title.
That was a great day. That was a great day of ice hockey. Just you have to like look at all the different scores. But it could be the exact same thing this season.
Well, I say because we're coming down to like this final few weeks of the league now. March 22nd is the final day of the Britain Division League season. So not only is there league positions to go for, those league positions obviously transfer to playoff positions. Yes. Only 8 teams in the league, so everyone's qualifying for the postseason. 2-legged quarterfinals, 2-legged semi-finals, and then the winners will go to Sheffield to the Steel City Showdown, which I said the puck there is in a little puck display made for us by 3D Lee. Yes. Lee Birch, who's a Telford fan.
Thank you.
So if you would like a little puck holder, get in touch with Lee. He also made this lovely little motif of the podcast logo as well. But at Sheffield, it's going to be South 2, South 1, North 2, North 1, 8 teams. 4 games on Saturday, 2 games on Sunday, 4 regional champions, 2 national champions. Bedlam, absolute bedlam of a weekend.
I cannot wait. I'm so excited for it. Just to see everyone, and it's also just to see Northern hockey as well, because I haven't seen Northern hockey. I've seen a lot of Southern hockey, so it'll be nice to see the different teams playing each other. But this is like the weekend of NHL 1 and NHL 2 hockey. This is what everyone's fighting for at the end of the day.
It's the showpiece of the season, isn't it?
It is, This is what every team is aiming for. So now I'm very excited to be there.
Yeah, it's going to be terrific. And the idea behind it has kind of come over a few years of evolution, really. A couple of years ago, we had the Great Southern Finals, where South 1 and South 2 all played on the same weekend at Alexandra Palace, which is just an iconic venue. I was
beautiful rink.
I was lucky enough to be part of the commentary team that weekend as well, which was just terrific. An experience I'll never, ever forget. Was hoping to be part of the commentary team at Sheffield this year. However, it's fallen on a weekend that I'm already busy, so...
Golfing.
It is golf, yeah. You're going to be, there for the podcast this year.
I am. Which, like I said, I'm very excited for it. It's my first sort of big thing for the pod. I mean, going up to Edinburgh was massive, but this is like, being at Sheffield is like the league we cover. It's massive for me, personally, and I'm grateful to be representing the pod.
And obviously, as a Chelmsford fan myself, and because your team obviously not involved this year, I really hope that Chelmsford make it. I honestly do think they can win the league.
I'm telling you now, they'll win it just because you're
not there. Just because I'm not there, they'll win it. But I think more than Chelmsford fans, England ice hockey themselves want Chelmsford to make the Steel City Showdown.
Because they travel so well.
They travel so well.
They do travel so well.
Last year, there was nearly 100 Chelmsford fans there, and Chelmsford weren't even there.
And that's one thing I've got to say, like, if they do win the league, I can imagine half, like a quarter of that rink is just going to be pure Chelmsford fans, if not half.
Yeah.
Because loads of them will travel, and it's a good weekend to go to as well. But I do hope to see neutral fans as well, because it's just a great weekend of hockey.
Yeah.
Like, what more could you ask for? And one thing that we sort of spoke about recently is the pricing of it. It's very good pricing, I think. I mean, you've seen a lot of controversial things about pricing of ice hockey at the minute, and I think Sheffield, Steel City Showdown, I've got it bang on.
Yeah, I think up until March the 20th, you can get like early bird tickets.
Early bird
tickets, a little bit cheaper.
Yes.
But that's 6 games of hockey over a whole weekend.
I know.
It's terrific value.
Such good value. And when we had the, obviously the Final Four released, that's like, the price of that was ridiculous.
Yeah, that's for the National League, which is the weekend after.
But I was worried that Sheffield was going to be more expensive than what we thought it would be, but it's not.
No.
So if you are a neutral fan and you can make the travel, do it, because it's good ice hockey. Yeah. And why not?
Yeah, it's good hockey to watch. The camaraderie amongst all the fans is brilliant. It's something that I think a lot of people get, I'm going to say a little bit scared of in sport, is that thinking that every team sport is like football, where minority / large minority / majority of the fans are dickheads.
Cheers. Thanks, that's me.
But it's just not the case in ice hockey.
No, it's not. Like we said earlier, like ice hockey is like one big family, and as much as it is great getting popularity in it, I just want everyone who is joining, it is one large family. No matter if there's rivalry against teams, at the end of the game, everyone's friends anyways.
Yeah.
Like you could absolutely hate a player on the ice, but off ice they're the most loveliest person you'll ever meet.
Yeah, it's
So
normally the enforcers and the ones that go around bashing people that are the real nice guys.
Really nice guys. But yeah, so I'm excited for to round up on the Sheffield thing. I'm really excited for Sheffield, and I can't predict anything yet. I mean, it's just so tight knit, especially in our league. So tight knit, and it's really just close in the points as well.
Yeah.
So I can't predict anything yet.
I think all we can hope for is, like we said on the podcast, is that we actually get some different teams this year than last year. Because, yeah, it's still a great event and the hockey's still really good. But last year we had Slough versus Streatham in the Britain final, which Slough demolished them 6-0.
Yeah.
So it wasn't really a competitive game to watch. We had Blackburn versus Billingham, who were the top two teams in the Morley division. That was quite tight, to be fair. As I said, Sutton Sting, they played the Telford Tigers, Peterborough Phantoms, Guildford Phoenix. We want different teams.
Different teams, yeah. And I think that's what's so good about the NIHL 2 this year, is it's South 2. It's so different. It's so competitive as well, which is the league below what we cover in South. And I've been to a few of the games. It's so competitive.
Yeah. I mean, even last night. I mean, last weekend, you actually had a whole weekend in the NIHL 2
I
South.
did, yes.
Seeing the Oxford Rising Stars
yeah.
down at Solent and then home to Chelmsford, where it took a 6-point weekend. And then last night, they lost to Lee Valley Lions, who are generally the worst team in that league.
Which is sort of the Cardiff of our league.
Yeah.
It is, and that's the thing with NIHL 2 South. It's so competitive this year, and I personally think it's been a better league to watch out of all four.
Yeah.
I think it's been the best.
Yeah, there's been a lot of really high-scoring games that are like 1 or 2 goal difference between the teams, so it's been really entertaining. We've seen teams that have made that drop from the Britain division, because not that they can't handle it, but your players don't learn if they're getting tanked every week.
No, of course they don't.
MK Thunder have taken the real responsible step to drop down. They've had a really successful season. They come off the back of a 7-game winning streak, unfortunately, with a defeat.
Amazing though, to go 7 games unbeaten, it's brilliant.
Yeah.
It's better, and it just proves that them dropping down, as we've said, it proves them dropping down was the right decision, and I'm glad for everyone at MK that it's working out for them.
Yeah, absolutely. Before we sort of get round to finishing it, wrapping up, has anyone got the latest score of USA-Canada? Who did?
Oh.
That's depressing.
That's a bad note to end on.
That is a bad note
That's
to
a
end
bad
on.
note to end on.
Being spiritually Canadian is painful sometimes.
Yeah, take that jersey down now.
I saw actually today that someone said the USA should actually come out wearing Mighty Ducks jerseys, which I said, you know what, that would be the only way that I would want the USA to win today, is if they come out wearing Mighty Ducks jerseys. Which, I mean, again, just before we finish up, does kind of link into one of our episodes that we had this year.
Yes.
We were so lucky to be joined by Scott White from the Mighty Ducks.
Yeah, and I've got to say, I've done a lot of episodes now, but I don't think anything will top that.
It was great, wasn't
That
it?
was such a good night, and I think we were on it for about 2 hours.
Yeah.
And such a lovely guy, but I actually hadn't watched Mighty Ducks, which is crazy to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hadn't watched it. I've watched it now. I've watched
Honestly, even Matt Dougherty, who was Averman, messaged me and was like, tell her to sort that out.
I haven't watched 3 yet. I just haven't got the time. I haven't got round to doing it. I will. But I've watched Mighty Ducks 1, and then the Scott White episode was organised very last minute.
Very last minute,
It was our 200th episode. Well, I should say it was Ben's 200th episode. 0 Pucks Given's 200th episode. And I was like, crap, I've got to watch this.
Yeah.
So I watched Mighty Ducks 2, literally, and I finished it about an hour before we started. But I loved it, and I will be watching number 3. And I'll tell you what, Scott White didn't get offended that I hadn't watched it, which I was happy about. You were more offended that I hadn't, so that didn't really matter.
But that must have been so weird for you to see, you'd be watching it and Scott White is like 18 and then he appears on Zoom at 48 and he looks a little bit different.
Yeah. I can still tell who it was, though. I know exactly who it was.
To fill people in, obviously the Mighty Ducks is a big thing for people in hockey, But outside of hockey, he's the voice of Crash Bandicoot on the video game. He's also the voice of a couple of Marvel characters in the game universe, and he does the voice of the bad guys in the Batman games. Which, when he did that, you could visibly see I was like a child because I was like, I've played those games and I've heard that voice.
But no, that was a brilliant episode, and obviously we've had a lot of brilliant guests since I've joined. But I don't think anything will top that. And
no, it was good.
Yeah, and hopefully he'll come back on for a proper live episode.
Well, yeah, he's actually supposed to be coming to the UK later this year for a Comic-Con. So we're just about to send him his Zero Pucks Given jersey.
Yes, which
they're available. You can buy a Zero Pucks Given jersey from Hercules Ice Hockey. Get your own name and number on it. So we're going to get Scott sent one of those. And then Scott's going to come over. Yeah, Scott's going to come over for a Comic-Con, and hopefully we're going to go for dinner and go and watch some hockey.
Some hockey in the UK, yeah.
And get thing in. So we've had a couple of Mighty Ducks guests before you joined as well. So it's a nice little theme, I think, that we've continued.
Yeah, which I'm glad to be sort of bought into, because if it weren't for the podcast, I probably never would have watched it.
No, and to be fair, I mean, so just to finish again on the creation of the podcast and why it's here is, you know, I started watching Chelmsford hockey just before COVID, and all of a sudden I wanted to know, well, who are we playing? Who did they play last week? What's the name of that player that's acting like a dick? Why is he a dick? And there's no media out there.
No.
Well, there wasn't.
It's got a lot better since COVID, I've got to say. I think it's had a massive, just social media in general, has had a massive, just attention to it over the last 3 or 4 years. And sort of how I got into it was I was the Oxford City Stars social media person, and that's how you sort of
that's how we kind of digitally knew each other.
Knew each other, and I'd listened to Zero Pucks Given. You know, it was a Wednesday night training thing. We always had it on, or the coach that we had last year, he always said, "Oh, you should listen to this." I'm like, sort of already have. Yeah. But yeah, and then Ben messaged me. It was probably, I think it was 6 a.m. on a Saturday. I was just starting work, and I thought, do you know what? I'm going to go for this. You know, podcasting is very different to what I was used to. But I've loved every minute of it so far. So yeah.
And I think the good thing is it's free. All it really costs is our time.
Yes.
Which we're more than happy to give.
You know, I wouldn't do it for any other sport. I wouldn't like to spend my Wednesday nights any other way.
No, so we do accept bribes.
Yes.
We accept the odd ticket or the odd jersey if it's going, because we'll always give a plug to anything that's done good for us. But what I'm going to keep sort of saying we, and you will always redirect me and say no, it was me.
It's Ben.
what created is, I always wanted it to be more than a podcast. I always wanted it to be more than a one-stop shop for everything you need to know about the league. It's like not only is it a movement for the fans, because hockey is not a cheap sport to either play or spectate. So if we can create something that's free and gives people the opportunity to enjoy the sport even more, that's my main goal for it. And if people enjoy it as well along the way, that's even better. But the social media thing, like you say, the clubs have to charge the fees for people to get in. You have to pay for the merch, everything, which is, you know, it's an expensive sport.
It's not cheap.
The social media is free. So give it back as much as you can. You did when you was at Oxford. You know, put as much out there as you possibly can for people to enjoy the sport and help the sport grow. And that's the main reason
sort of we're here for. Just to get this amazing sport growing as much as it should be in this country, which, I mean, it already is. It's the largest indoor sport.
Yes, the most attended indoor sport in the UK. Over 1 million ahead of number 2, which is basketball. So we just want to put it out there more, really. Yeah. That's all we're here for. We do. Well, thank you everyone for joining us. I think we've hit the money there on the time. But thank you so much to you guys for having us.
It's tax season, and at LifeLock, we know you're tired of numbers. But here's a big one you need to hear. Billions. That's the amount of money in refunds the IRS has flagged for possible identity fraud. Now here's another big number. 100 million. That's how many data points LifeLock monitors every second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it guaranteed. One last big number. Save up to 40% your first year. Visit LifeLock.com/podcast for the threats you can't control. Terms apply.